Well, folks, welcome to another donation league today. This one is another Jeskai Ascendancy list, slightly different though. This is based on mana dorks, so we're gonna be using mana dorks like Sylvan Caryatid, Burst of Paradise, and Fate Stitcher in order to make a bunch of mana thanks to Jeskai Ascendancy. And then we have Manamorphose to churn through the deck, same as Opt, Serum Vision, Sleight of Hand, Noxious Revival, and Abundant Growth in order to make our fetch lands or our Gemstone Mines not die and stuff like that. Silence is a card that we are using to help us combo through, and it has some very random uses against stuff like Storm, against Amulet in response to a pack trigger, in response to a pack, for example, and stuff like that. So Luring Webs is a cute one. It's a cantrip that allows you to, it basically nets you mana, which is interesting. And then you have ways to net yourself cards, for example, with Scar Scale Ritual. So you can Glittering Wish for this. And speaking of Glittering Wish is like our little tutor box, so we can find access to another Ascendancy, ways to destroy opponents' stuff, and card advantage, more removal, nice against Death Shadow, by the way, Fire Justice, and finally Flesh Blood. Not so much for the flesh side, but for the blood side. So the idea for blood is that if you make a very, very large Sylvan Caryatid, you can Glittering Wish for flesh blood, and you can throw it at your opponent's face. Nagging Thoughts also actually it's there as a way to gain card advantage because we can discard it off of the Ascendancy, but we can actually cast it off the Madness. So that's the idea for a very weirdo cantrip there. Somos amigos para siempre. Todavía no hay pizza. No me merezco la pizza, no me la merezco. This deck is fun. This deck looks fun. Hopefully we're gonna find opponents quickly because I need to finish this league in under 2 hours. Yes, Cerulean Whips is a sweet deck. Also, it makes your creature blue, which I have no idea how this is ever relevant, but... Also, does it become blue in addition to its other colors, or is it just blue? I wonder. Alright, I'm ready here. It becomes blue instead. Okay, good to know. This seems like a hand I'm gonna keep. Let's see what our mana base looks like. So we can fetch for... These are the fetchables. So probably Breeding Pool here? Yeah, Breeding Pool so we can cast Glittering Wish. It also gives us the blue mana to... So we're gonna lead on Serum Visions first because it set up our future turns. Ascendancy is nice. Noxious Revival allows us to hit a land drop. I guess I'm gonna bottom the Ascendancy even. Like, we can Ascendancy with Glitter. Like, we really need lands or mana dorks. So I think I'm just gonna bottom everything. Oh. Oh, this matchup sounds like a nightmare. Oh, this matchup sounds like an absolute nightmare. Yep. Not looking great here. It's a lot of cantrips and no mana dorks. I'm fetching Sleight of Hand there because I feel like we kind of have to find a mana dork this next turn or we're gonna be super dead, so... 3, 4, 5. So we need to find a dork right here. Dork, please. It's not a dork. Bird, please. Oof. So now we don't have exactly, opponent doesn't have exactly lethal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we die to anything that pumps. So if they have a lord, yeah, we pack it in. Because like we have to chump with the bird at that point. At that point we're not really able to find anything, unfortunately. So we're just gonna pack it in. Brutal. So the abrupt decay seemed very, very necessary. And I'm gonna leave the Fiery Justice in the sideboard. I don't think I want to go the mentor route though. I like the sand. I like the sand for sure. Looking for lands, looking for Ascendancy, or I guess cantrips. Oh, thank you for that. Boom. All right. Probably Hallowed Fountain. Yeah. A replica is hot though. A replica is definitely hot. Main phase rattle chains. Okay. Just to swing for one more. Ascendancy, please. No Ascendancy. So I guess I'm still looking for a land here. Flooded Strand is fine. And here's a cute thing that we can do. This way we don't have to take damage. Fate Stitcher. We don't really need that. So we're just looking for an Ascendancy at this point. Damn. Ascend me! Ascend me! Okay, so now if we find an Ascendancy, I think we're pretty much locked to win it, I would say. Doesn't do it. Doesn't quite do it. Just gonna do this main phase so my opponent doesn't flash in another captain thanks to rattle chains. If we need, we do have a blocker. So I guess I have one more turn. This represents actual mana down the line, so Just can't find an Ascendancy. Just can't find an Ascendancy. No, I didn't, Jesse. I just didn't have the time. So if my opponent has 2 lords, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if they have double lord, we lose. But I think I'm okay with losing to double lord. Yeah, that's not lethal. Yep, sweet. Okay. But this means I have 1 extra mana, which could be the difference between winning and losing. Lucas DB with the Prime sub, thank you so much for the continued support. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Okay, so this is everything right here. Serum Visions. Ascendancy, please. No. I think I'm actually just running out of cards. And it just doesn't do it anymore. Blue and blue. So Serum Visions. Yeah, we just died. Man, that's really unfortunate. We dug so much. We dug so much, it's insane. But I'm just out of spells. Like, there's nothing I can do. And I didn't even shuffle. Like, I shuffled on the first turn, and that was it. But now, even if I do eventually find this, I just cannot find a stupid Jeskai Ascendancy. That's ridiculous. Oh, wow. Brutal. Even if I do play the Ascendancy, I can't just get anything going because I'm out of spells. I had to use all of my spells in order to find the stupid Ascendancy, and then when I finally did, it was just too late. And by the way, Glittering Wish would have been good enough as well. We had so many looks over so many turns, but it just didn't matter. Unfortunate. That's okay though. Not loving the prospect of shocking on turn 1, but like this deck kind of has to do it. There's not too much way around it. I have to imagine this is like black red shadow. I just don't know why they would fetch on turn 1 for a basic. Maybe they're just prowess. I could see them just being prowess. Or they're just burn. If they play an Eidolon here, I guess I'm just packing it in. Because Eidolon is actually not beatable for this deck. To be fair, many things are not beatable for this deck. Main phase Boros Charm View. Please a land. Land. I can't really block this. And if they have Serum Blaze, I'm just backing it in. This deck is bad to so many things because it's so sweet when it... Yeah, it's really great when it goes off, but... It just has too many weaknesses, right? It just has way too many weaknesses. Am I supposed to bring in There's no way I'm supposed to bring in Mentor in this matchup, right? I'm just supposed to bring in Decays. Bring back Probe just for this deck. I don't think that would be enough to keep this deck's head above water. Even if this deck could play Probe, I think it would still not be very good. This deck was good when Dig Through Time was legal. Hey, FBs. We're chilling, playing some donation leagues with some decks that are not very good. I don't think that the 4-color control deck is actually good. But the Ascendancy decks, the other one felt like it was doing something good. This one is just a relic from the past. This one is just not good. It just didn't stand the test of time. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, it's basically like a worse version of Storm. I know there's one player out there, some numbers Pablo, and I think that they are very, very good at playing Jeskai Ascendancy, and they just play Jeskai Ascendancy all the time. Like that's the deck that they play. And they somehow consistently do very well with it. Which blows my mind. But somehow they managed to pull it off. What's the point of not cracking bubble there? Land? I really wish I could hit my land drop here, but I'm just gonna pass. Only one from the Swift Sphere. That's cool. I hope that doesn't mean second Eidolon, because that would not be cool. I guess it did mean second Eidolon. What should you do with 30k channel points? You should do whatever makes you happy. I take 2 damage, I'm down to 3. We put decay on top. Nah, that's not good enough. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. I think we would have been able to beat the first Eidolon, not the second one. The second one is just too much. And we're also missing land drops. I still don't think I should have bought on that Ascendancy. Maybe I should have sided out Glitter and Wishes. Maybe the thing was to side out Glitter and Wishes, like side out 3 wishes, leave only the 1 wish, so I can go get Flesh Blood if I need to. Yeah. That seems like a lot better. Is that lethal? So I'm taking 2 damage to cast the Ascendancy, 2 from this and 2 from this, so now to 9. We put the decay on top, we decay this, we untap. Oh wait, that's true. Aha. Okay, so Ascendancy. No! Shit, I misclicked. I mean, we can still win thanks to Flesh Blood, but... So, blue, black. That's really funny. Green. Are we doing it here? I think we may be doing it here. No, we're in the second main phase because I misclicked. Okay, so green, white. What's the name of this card? Scar Scale Ritual. So it's gonna be blue. Yes. Scar Scale Ritual. Untap here. Yes. Blue. And green, I guess. What do you counter that one? Yeah, I have a fling effect in the sideboard, so that's how we're gonna win. Draw 2. Green, white. Blue, tap. So many clicks. So many clicks. Just more blue mana, I guess. I do think that this is deterministic at this point. Green pull to the bottom, Metamorphose on top. Blue, tap. Yes. Blue, blue. Opt. Blue, green, white. Tap, yes. Zero ambitions. There we go. So I think we have enough mana now. Although I guess that we can technically whiff here, actually. Oh my god. Are we gonna whiff? Oh my god. Don't tell me that we're gonna whiff. No. Oof. Well, I mean, we got mana here. I think that we got that part down. Okay. I want to just making me click at this point. Whoa, look at the tricks. Look at the tricks. Yikes. So I guess we have enough stuff now. My opponent's just running my clock at this point. They're at 16. So blood, cast. So this deals damage to you. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So many clicks. So many freaking clicks. That was kind of dope, actually. That was kind of dope. Noxious Revival to get back the Abrupt Decay, to get back the... Oh, what did we say we were going to do? We were going to cut this. Cut the Glittering Wishes. So that we can have Ascendancy in the main deck. Because we're just not going to have time to... Oops. Well, never mind. It got submitted, but... It sounds good in this matchup? No, it's not. That's why I cut it. It counters fucking... what's his name? What does this hand do? It doesn't do anything, right? This hand is better. Yeah, this one loses not drawing a second land for sure, but... So we're gonna Serum Visions on turn 1 because it digs one card deeper. Never mind, we're gonna play that Bird of Paradise. First hand, second hand, Noxious Rebel. Yeah, but Noxious Rebel is a 4 mana hand, a 4 damage kind of land, right? Because I have to fetch Shock to play for the first one and then the second one. My opponent has the nut start twice in a row though, and we cannot find the second land. That sucks. Honestly, my opponent needs to just not play any more spells. If they have Boros Charm in hand, they can't lose. Why would you ever play this card in your burn deck? Okay, we can't beat this. He's sick of losing to Jeskai Ascendancy players. Is there such a thing as a Jeskai Ascendancy player? There's some sad Ascendancy players. One of Return to Nature? Probably not. Have I met Jobu? Of course I have met Jobu. But Jobu plays Gifts Ascendancy. It's a completely different story. I see you've decided to say your Take Some Fire. I'm getting paid to set my Take Some Fire, so that it works out in the end. Agent 56. It works out in the end. It's a lovely story. Honestly, that win in that game 2 against Burn, that was worth it though. That was sick. I love that. I had given up completely, for sure. I had given up completely. I honestly did not think, like, it didn't look like there was a lethal line there, but there actually was. That was awesome. I'm gonna keep this hand, right? Seems like a fine little keepable hand. Turn 1, Breeding Bull, I guess. No, my opponent could be playing a Taxes deck, right? Like now there's some Taxes decks out there that are playing Yorion. And I passed through combat. Yeah, I did pass. That was a misclick though. That was a misclick. Yeah, this is probably Niv. Which honestly I can't believe that it's a good matchup, Niv, right? Like they have infinite removal. I can't really win through removal. Like, yeah, there's Caryatid, of course, but like, oh no! You have to be kidding me. Wow. GG's. Call it right now. Let's go home. I mean, I'm joking about it, but I'm not joking about it about when I say that, right? Or the faster 5-color multicolor deck. Yeah, but they are the deck that plays Ren and 6 and kills my Bird of Paradise on turn 1 because they were on the play. Not that, I mean, we couldn't really do anything on turn 2 anyway, so it's not like we would have been able to change that on the being on the play. Also, they have answers to everything that we got. Like, they have Decay to answer... They have Decays to answer Ascendancy. They also have the Fairies, so we cannot cast Nagging Thoughts. Ascendancy? Maybe I was supposed to cycle these Metamorphoses. I doubt that's the case. Now they can interact with me at instant speed, and I can't interact with them. What am I trying to draw if I fire it off in response to the Fairy? Like if I'm gonna be firing off in response to Teferi, there's no difference with firing off in my own main phase there. So if I'm just gonna be firing off in my main phase, that's the question that I was asking, if I should be firing off in my main phase, which is very possible that I should be. Since I was hitting my land drop, that's why I didn't necessarily want to metamorphose there. But now that we're in this spot, I feel like we have to. Brutal. $16 land flood deck. What you doing over there, opponent? Now we can cast Fate Stitcher. Good stuff, good stuff. -3 to bounce Subnath is my new favorite thing to do. I can attempt to go off here, but I can't do it with silence up. So I think I'm just gonna pass here. And next turn I'm going to silence and I'm gonna attempt to go off. But if my opponent has Bring to Light for Admortigo, we die. They plus the fairy, so they can instant speed BTL. So they can play Yorion and they can blink and stuff. How do we win though? This there's a Stitcher right here. Okay, they went for Niv instead of Ego. That's good. That's good for me. Unless they find the Ego here. Which they did not. They did find the BTL though. I mean, what am I gonna do, right? Like, I'm just gonna see if they see the line. Not much I can do. This is just what it is. Yep. Bring to Light. For what? Yep. I really wish to know which are the matchups where I'm supposed to bring in these plans. I assume this is one of them, right? I'm going to bring in Mentors. I guess I do like Silence because Silence messes up with their Bring to Lights, but at the same time, It's kind of awkward, right? Yeah, Wish has felt pretty bad. Like, I'm gonna keep a couple because I want to leave myself the out to the flesh blood kill, but... You're trimming and Wish, do we bring it? I don't know. I'm learning as I go here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I never said I knew what I was doing. Because I don't. Breeding pool. I guess I'm never supposed to keep a one lander with cantrips, right? Like, I'm always supposed to keep a two lander with this deck. Like, the likelihood of a cantrip being able to find my second land is just so low. If we find a land, we have a very reasonable shot, actually, because we get to play Carotid on 2, and we get to go for the land. Easy. Bird is a virtual second land. Not against the red and 6 deck, right? Don't wrath me, don't wrath me, don't wrath me, don't wrath me. Where's Jobu when you need him? I know. We need the expert Ascendancy player. Oh no, are we about to get angered? Or something like that? Oh, Ren is fine. PTQ winner Jobu, that's true. That is true. PPTQ. PPTQ. It's not a, it was not a PTQ, it was a PPTQ. The most obvious abrupt decay of all time. I probably have to jam anyway, right? Because it nets me mana. Like, my opponent's gonna decay the Ascendancy now. I think I'm saving the nagging thoughts, so next turn I can just go mentor into nagging thoughts, into metamorphose nagging thoughts. I guess Kaya's Guile would suck for us here. It would kill a Caryatid and it would exile my Fed Stitcher. That's messed up. Psychotrium is a lot more acceptable. Oh, hello there. So my opponent doesn't have interaction. Bounce Mentor. Okay. CGL PPTQs talk about a system that leads to L2 burnout. Jeez. Yeah, it was rough. PPTQs were rough. Wrath? No. Okay, second Teferi is fine. It's better than Wrath. All right, so opponent didn't plus, so I think we're good here. Blue, red, white. Jeskai Ascendancy. Blue. Draw, discard. Okay, this is just deterministic at this point. Blue, blue, blue. Yep. All right, we got a game. Now what? What did we say? I don't think we want Abrupt Decay, right? Like, is there anything that can blow us out? Niv doesn't play meddling mages. And I think Mentor is actually just fine. Like, I think it's a legit way to go about it. I really don't like the birds, but maybe I just cannot really afford to cut them. At least not all of them. Silence, Young PC, Ritual. Yeah, this is fine. Save targets with Fate's Teacher, save yourself the clicks. Is that how it works? When I have a rainbow land, yes. But when I don't have a rainbow land, maybe I want to choose what I'm going to be untapping. I mean, clearly this worked out last time, so I don't see why it wouldn't work out again, right? That's how variance works, so. Yeah, I don't think I can mulligan on this. Yeah, yeah. I'm always gonna keep. Like, I would have felt a lot more comfortable if I had a land, because, you know, Noxious Revival is basically another land. Turn to Ren. Every time. Land, please. Easy. And now we have the turn 3 kill, right? If my opponent doesn't have a way to answer the Sealed and Carotid right here, this is just a turn 3 kill. They could have, however, the Kaya's Guile, which would suck for us. Okay, this one we can beat. Yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. Let's go. So, I guess it doesn't really matter what we're doing here. Ascendancy. Blue. Discard. Yes. Bin that. Untap. I guess Abundant Growth. Blue. Fate Stitcher. Untap. Carrot. Yes. Green. Abundant Growth. There. Being the Mentor. Draw a card. Blue. Tap. Red. Metamorphose. Draw. Discard. Youngblood MTG, welcome. Thank you for the raid. We are right. Wait, what happened? Oh! Oh, shoot. The Fun Raveler. That's what happened. Okay, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Bin that. Red, white. Bin. We played land already because this is a turn 3. What do we want to put on top? I guess we can actually put a Metamorphose on top, or a Nagging Thoughts. Nagging Thoughts digs deeper. I guess Lighter Hand is just better. So let's do blue, tap this, yes. Blue. Noxious Revival, Sleight of Hand. Pay some life. Blue. Tap again. Draw. Discard. Draw. Discard. Blue. It's getting to the point where I'm just like, oh, come on, opponent, just buck it in. I know that I'm drawing a sleight of hand, so I just want to see the sleight of hand, then I'm going to scry. There we go. Glitter and wish on top. I really don't see the point of making your opponent go through all this, but I guess I'll do it. Green, white. There we go. Just making too much mana. Just doesn't matter anymore. This is all so irrelevant. All right. We figure it out. Hey, we want a match. We want a match. Okay, okay. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. At least this deck beats 5-color Niv, which is the deck that won the showcase the other day. Lurrus. This is probably not a good keep against the Lurrus deck, right? How do we beat the Lurrus deck, though? Literally any Lurrus deck. Any Lurrus deck at all. How can we ever beat that deck? Regardless of which cards it's playing. It just doesn't matter. Note to self, never keep a one-lander when the one land is a gemstone mine. Maybe they're on boggles. Okay, that's how we beat the Lurrus deck. I guess that is how we beat the Lurrus deck. I think if my opponent Thoughtseize is here, I think I just pack it in. Because at this point, the only thing I can do is I can draw Abundant Growth. That's the only way I can do anything about this. Like, I just can't beat what they're doing. Let's just go to game 2. Silences have been very bad. Like, super bad. Unplayably bad, I would even say. Fire Justice is really hot, however. The sideboard seems very bad, to be honest. The sideboard just seems like it's not. I mean, it's an old list. That's basically what it is. It's an old list. So like the sideboard choices just don't really make sense in today's modern metagame. Maybe this made sense like 2 or 3 years ago, but nowadays like these sideboard options just don't really make sense. Also, Gemstone Mine is horrendous in this list. I'm not gonna take the point because of Scourge. I don't know, maybe it was worth it to take the point. Do I still make Amelie Cyber, guys? Yes, yes I do. The latest one I made is like 2 weeks old, I think. So it's fairly up to date. Ha! Got him. Got him. Do we even have time for Mentor? What am I doing here? Next turn we can Ascendancy, we untap the Caryatid. What are we doing? How can you see them? You need to join my Discord, Ivan. You need to join my Discord and you need to link your Twitch. You go to settings and then you link your Twitch and Discord accounts. And then that's going to grant you access to all the sub-only channels. Whenever you're accessing the sub-only channels, you're good to go. Okay, so 1, white, red. Am I supposed to just abandon the Mentor plan? So, blue. Damn it, I can't find stupid... So I play a land. I Manamorphose, I go up a mana. I Manamorphose, go up a mana. So 1, 2, 3. I play Ascendancy. That Ascendancy is gonna tap on when I can opt, and then I'm netting mana every time. Okay, so I can just bin the land. Blue, white, red. Second Ascendancy. Okay, now I don't think we're bottlenecked anymore. Now I just think that we're good to go. It'd be nice to find a Fate Stitcher though. We're not there just yet. We're not there. Does that look it up? That maybe locks it up. So I play a Mentor for value. Then we Abundant Growth there. Infinite triggers. So many freaking triggers. Opponent, just concede. Ah. Triggers. To be honest, like this deck is pretty cool. Like when it's doing its thing, it really looks like impressive. Like this is a turn 4 kill through like Call Against Command and some nonsense like that. Like it's not nothing. It's not like the most impressive thing ever, but it's not nothing. It's definitely doing some powerful shit, right? Mentor definitely looking just a little bit win more right here. But it's fine. We love Mentor anyway. Fate Stitcher. Fate Stitcher. Stitching the fate. Fate's being stitched, baby. Look at how stitched the fate is being right now. Fate's being hella stitched. The little caryatid that could. We got there, chat. We got there. After a lot of fucking clicking. We finally got there. You dead, opponent? Thank you. Okay. I just don't want to think anymore. Just want to finish this league up. Finish it up. This is great. Your face right now. Yeah, I could never play this deck, man. I could never play this deck. I could never play this deck. Mad respect for the folks who love this kind of Magic, but this is the kind of deck worth the $20. I mean, I'm having a good time right now, but like I don't think I could see myself playing. Like, Amulet for me is a deck that I've played for 6 years and I'm still excited about picking up every time, right? This is not that for me. Like, this is right now, this is my first league, and like the first 3 or 4 matches I'm kind of like, this is nice, this is fun and everything, but like if I had to play another league, like I just wouldn't be able to do it. Saying Jeskai Ascendancy will become a mainstay in the channel. I mean, if people want to donate enough, maybe. But I'd much rather play something like this than play something like, you know, Neobrand. I'm getting to the point where I'm just enjoying. I'm just enjoying most forms of Magic at this point in my life. I feel like it just doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm playing Magic, I'm more often than not just having a good time. The only deck that I remember actually being kind of irritated at playing was the enchantments deck, like the mono white enchantments, Enduring Ideal. So that is the deck that I just could not see myself playing ever. Like, even if people donated for that one, I would be very cautious of telling folks like, yo, I don't enjoy this deck, so don't expect great content, because I'm not sure I can provide that for you. Planning to dono a ninja and blue-green sacrifice in the near future. Just going to tune them a little. Yeah, for sure. Oh, black-green sacrifice. Yeah, 100%. Whenever you're ready for those, I would be excited to hear about that. No, not even. It's not even that it played itself. It was just a frustrating experience. Like, I was just being bullied by my opponents. Like, nothing I did really ever mattered, and my opponents were kind of just bullying me. It was really sad. It honestly just sucked. I didn't have a good time. And I played it that one time, and then I just never played it again. And I'm not looking forward to playing it ever again. We probably have to bottom both of these. Ugh, they found the second land. Yeah, my only out, I think, was for my opponent to not be able to find another land. But now that they found the second land, this is going to be just too much pressure for us to be able to beat them. Maybe if I find the Carotid here off the top. Maybe if I find Carotid right here. Okay. So we basically can't beat anything. So if my opponent has like bolt, we lose. If they have like double something, we lose. I'm just gonna throw this in front of the Swift Spear, and I'm just gonna hope it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So the goal here is to top deck exactly Jeskai Ascendancy, and nothing else matters. Yeah, I'm gonna be blocking the Swift Spear. So that could represent another turn, technically. I mean, I probably have to... Like, if they attack, how do I block? I just have to throw the Monastery Mentor under the bus, right? And I just double chump, and I lose to a Lightning Bolt. That doesn't do it. Yeah. Okay, so we're just dead. So that bought me like a turn, maybe, if they don't have TBR, which it looks like they don't. Okay, now I'm dead. Why not main face up to try and find a blue land? Because it doesn't do anything, right? I find a blue land, and that's it. I guess I could have tried to find a blue land and then like cast another opt. But then I would have, yeah, but like we're still in the same spot, right? Where I'm not really achieving anything. Blow with the tokens and keep mentor. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about blocking with the tokens anyway, so the tokens would have tapped my Carotid anyway, so there's no reason to pass the turn. Yeah, maybe it's better, but it just doesn't really matter. All right. We take one less, we don't die to Croxa, then we rip Jeskai Ascendancy. Yeah. So this version is just not playable, right? Hoping for your Berserk Paradise to survive in today's modern format is just not realistic. So like this version of the deck is simply not playable right now. There's just no... You're just playing in hard mode for no real upside. Like, I don't think that this version is necessarily better than the one that we played earlier today. But yeah, I mean, let's just move on to the next game. Like, we can keep struggling here, but like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. So we probably have to cut birds here, and then we can play a slower game with mentors and decays. And again, silence sucks. But the thing is that if you want to play a slower game, Gemstone Mine is just terrible. Like, you probably need to go up to 4 abundant growth in order to kind of undo the downside of Gemstone Mine. So this deck just needs to be completely rebuilt, I guess. Because it just has too many missing pieces. Do we just play something like City Brass instead? But you can't, because you're playing in a metagame where aggro is the best archetype. There's probably more aggro decks right now in Modern than ever before in the history of the format. Because the aggressive cards are just the best cards in the format. They were kind of being kept in check to an extent by Uro, but now without Uro in the format anymore, like you just cannot play City of Brass. Like that's just not an option. I'm just trying things out here. I'm assuming that this is probably a better way to approach this. But if this is a better way to approach this, then what the hell are we doing? You know? I mean, this hand has lands, which are good for us. Also, of course, like we have the case that we cannot cast. So that's also a downside. Now the question is, do I fetch shock on one? I think so. There's a Caryatid and there's a Mentor. Yep. This is kind of great. Awesome. The best way to retune this deck is to switch Jeskai for Sounder, wish for Fraction Up, and then face Teacher for Thassa's Oracle. That's just not true. That's just not true. Ad Nauseam is also unplayable right now. You don't have Monkey anymore. This deck is more playable than Ad Nauseam. That's how unplayable I think Ad Nauseam is right now. I think this deck is more playable than Ad Nauseam. Which is to say a lot, honestly. I mean, if we find the Jeskai Ascendancy here, we may be able to get there. We may be able to get there. We have the Drake. It's bad. All right, that we can beat. We're gonna 2-3 now. This is only game 2. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. Also, my opponent has potential draws here that force me to either chump block or to simply simply kill me. Now that they are in the second main phase, they can't kill me, but they can still kill the mentor, I guess. No, listen to you. We're gonna get 2-3. Okay. I like the attitude. I like the attitude. Let's do it. So we're gonna Serum Visions first because it's a sorcery and because it sets up my future draws. Also, what the hell is my opponent's hand? How do they not have an answer to Mentor, and how do they not have a way to kill me? Another Caryatid. do that again. All right, no ascendancy for us. Not this turn, at least. Seven, that's 13. 13, 15, Cerulean Wisps is free. So that's 3 spells. So we technically have lethal here. But it costs us 2 life, 3 life. That has to be worth it, right? Yeah, we Noxious Cerulean Wisps for 2 life. I guess it could have been a Serum Visions or whatever. So if my opponent has triple bolt, we lose. If they have like bolt, lava dart, we lose. If they have, what else could we have that we lose to? Vapor Snag. Vapor Snag would also be bad for us. So this is a lethal attack. No, Lava Dart I guess doesn't do it because they don't have enough mountains, but Vapor Snag would do it. YOLO, baby! I guess they didn't think I could put together everything, because they could have Lava Darted my Monk. And then there was no way I could have killed them. Alright, that worked. Awesome. We take those. We definitely take those. Am I just supposed to not have Abrupt Decay and just have some number of silences? I definitely don't like Young PC. I think Mentor is just better than Young PC. The 2-3 Dream is still alive. Give me that 2-3 Dream. The 2-3 Dream. It's pretty exciting, honestly, that we managed to win a match. We have won some games. And every game that we won was in spectacular fashion. So we at least have that, you know? To pat ourselves in the back a little bit. Every game that was won in spectacular fashion. Ship it. Keep it, I guess. So I'm gonna go turn 1 fetch line go. And this is gonna be a stomping ground, I guess. Ras Grizzly Bear. Thank you for the follow. It's honestly kind of hot how Noxious Rival allows you to get a combo turn started for 0 mana. Like it's pretty sick how that works out. Stormwing is bad for us. Yep, that's definitely bad for us. So I'm getting Stomping Ground tapped here. Also, Decay doesn't kill this thing. Just looking at your hand, this deck is a pile. It really is, yeah. It really is a pile. You love to see the Manamorphose Abrupt Decay basic island deck, right? Yeah, this card is... Honestly, this is one of the most impactful cards that hasn't been banned just yet. Out of all the cards printed in the last year, of course, only thinking about cards that have not been banned, this is probably the most impactful one. Put a silence back to the bottom. Yeah, I think it's the only silence that we have in the deck right now. Yeah, the only silence. I actually thought for a while. Yeah, I mean, Apparition is the other one. Apparition is probably, if I had to, out of the last year, if I had to rank the most impactful cards printed, it would be... I don't know which order. The order is a little bit sketchy, but Apparition, Lurrus, Stormwing Entity, and well, of course the banned ones too. Of course, like Omnath. Not in Modern specifically, but Omnath was obviously very, very impactful. Sad times. I think I have to make like blue and white mana here. I guess I'm gonna be a blue and red so I can cycle Manamorphose again. And we need to find why did it make double red? I didn't want to make double red mana there. We got caught. Okay, so I have to draw I have to not die, and I have to draw exactly Jeskai Ascendancy. Nothing else matters. Surely Heliod is still number 1, but Heliod impacted exactly one deck. Although I guess Stormwing Entity also impacted exactly one deck. Never mind. Lurrus is definitely number 1. Lurrus and Apparition are the most impactful. Yeah, I guess Heliod was actually last year. When did Theros come out? I mean, all of these sets that came out during the quarantine, it's just like they all meld together. Heliod came out 2020. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so we're probably just dead here. Yeah, but Uro was banned, so that's why that's what I was saying. Like, out of the cards that did not actually just get banned straight up. Okay, I just want to see if we would have gotten there. No, that wouldn't have been good enough. Yeah, this deck is not playable. This deck is not good. Maybe you can update the list, but I think that hoping, like, needing your Burst of Paradise in order to survive, in order to do anything in a format like Modern, it's just not realistic. It's possible that if you wanted to play a deck like this, you might need to cut all the birds and just play a Paradise Druid instead. And just basically give up your turn 2 kills. And just hope that you are, you know, that you have some more consistent turn 3 kills. But like, you just never untap with your dork. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. No, I mean, just play actual Storm. Storm is a better version of this deck, and it's a lot more consistent and a little bit harder to interact with. But yeah, this one was actually interesting. Like, this one was a lot harder to interact because we had, number one, we had stuff like the Fairy, which obviously just blanks interaction straight up. And number two, you had access to Underworld Reach, so we were able to, when we played through this league, we were able to find out situations where, you know, my opponent interacted with my Emry and stuff like that, and then we were able to basically turn the corner in a single turn off of a single Underworld Breach, because you played Breach, you play your Mox Amber, you played your Emry, you played like your Jeskai Ascendancy and everything, and they just went off from there. And then Fate Stitcher just kind of wins from there as well, of course. So I think this deck is just better by a lot. You also play interaction. Like, this deck didn't play any interaction at all. So you're just hoping that your opponent doesn't do anything, and you're just hoping that they just don't interact with you somehow. And even when you're hoping that they don't interact with you, like, we played against, I don't remember which match it was, but like, we dug like 20 or 30 cards deep and we didn't find their Ascendancy, and my opponent didn't have a fast clock, they didn't have like a lot of impactful cards or anything, but we just didn't get there, so we just died. we died on like turn 6 or 7 or something after my opponent just casually started attacking me with a couple of random dudes, and I just died. The mana base also sucks. We had a lot of mana issues, which is why we're playing Gemstone Mine, but then like your Gemstone Mines just ran out. Like, it's not like Amulet where you can just bounce them and replay them and reset them. So like your Gemstone Mines just suck. They're bad. They're actually bad, particularly when you want to take things slow. If you go turn 1 cantrip, turn 2 Caryatid, like, you're just fucked. Like, your Gemstone Mine is dead. So yeah, not impressed at all by this list. I think it's quite bad, but it was to be expected since it was an older list and very untuned. This one felt like there was something here, and like I was making a bunch of mistakes for sure, which maybe I would have been able to get away with some better results. We went 2-3 with this one, I think, or 3-2. I can't remember anymore. I think it was actually 3-2. We lost the first 2 matches and then we won the other 3. But yeah, this one felt like, you know, if this is your style of deck and you wanted to spend some time working on it and you wanted to, you know, get good at it, you could, and it may be worth your time. So that's definitely a significantly better place to be than with this one. I think this one might just not be worth your time. This is just too underpowered. But this one may be worth your time. Alright folks, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next stream. Alright.